I'm going to take you on a journey in this video through 3 different locations. Firstly, we'll go on a cruise down the Hawkesbury River. In the second video, we're in the Hunter Valley doing wine tasting. And then we're finishing in Albury looking at an Aboriginal sculpture walk. The Hawkesbury River is 40 minutes north of Sydney, and we went on a cruise along here on an old Sydney ferry, which was over 100 years old. It's surrounded by national parks. It's an unspoilt area. The sandstone gorges are 200 million years old. They used to grow the Sydney rock oyster here, but it was wiped out by a virus in January 2013. Unfortunately, it wiped the oysters out overnight, and they're now having to grow another type of oyster, but many of the farmers had to leave and abandon their oyster leases, becoming bankrupt in the process, unfortunately. Scientists are working on developing an oyster that is resistant to this virus. The Sydney rock oyster was actually native to the area, and I think now they're having to grow the Pacific oyster. This is a seaplane. There are many houses along here. Most of them are probably holiday homes, but some people just want to live that alternative lifestyle. You can't access their houses by road, so you actually either have to access them by boat, or richer people would access them by seaplanes, and here you can see a seaplane that is flying in. There aren't many houses, but they're based, I suppose, sporadically along the Hawkesbury River. You will see them. But as I said, most of them are probably holiday homes. As we come in, you'll see the mist descending. It's autumn here, so it's getting darker a little bit earlier. And we're coming in now to the marina at Barara Waters, which, as I said, is not really very far from Sydney. This is the winery where we went wine tasting. It's called the Audrey Wilkinson Winery and was established in 1866. They have delicious wines ranging from Semillon, Chardonnay, etc. There are many, many different types of wines which are really high quality. We had a picnic here under the old pepper tree, sampling some of their wines after our wine tasting. This now, we are in Albury. These are the wetlands in Albury. They were actually created by the council here, recycling wastewater. And it's an amazing project. The river is behind this, but these wetlands are artificially created, and there are hundreds of types of birds and turtles now that live here, are involved in this process. Along this wetlands, or in amongst the wetlands, there is a sculpture walk created by the local Aboriginal people. This here is the river. This is called the Murray River and runs through Albury, providing most of the water. This is the Yindyamara sculpture walk. There are several Aboriginal sculptures created by the local Aboriginal people in Albury along the 5-kilometre trail. The Wiradjuri law demands that we have profound respect for each other and we do things slowly and with care. The country itself is our nurturer. The land and the river provide all. The fertility of the earth is at a high point when the Milawa Billa runs. Aboriginal people are drawn to the river, known to them as Milawa Billa. We call it the Murray River. The Milawa is an old man of Aboriginal law, telling 1,000 stories, connecting communities along its 2,400-kilometre trail. The sculptures along this walk resonate with the Milawa law. Connection to the river is fundamental to all these visual dialogues. The Milawa holds the local Indigenous history and inspires the cultural practices. There is a lot of talk about reconciliation between the white settlers who came 200 years ago and the Aboriginal people. This shield represents that. Reconciliation is a work in progress, but I believe it is a positive move forward. I'm ending this video with my favourite Australian native flower. It's called the flannel flower. It's seen a lot around Sydney.